Y'all heard it here. Y'all heard it here first, folks. She hasn't been making y'all content.
The lies. There you go. This bitch. The lies.
Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Let's discuss with author L.A. Logan. I know it has been several months since I've dropped a vlog, checked in with you guys. It's just been so much going on. I can't even remember the last time I dropped a vlog and what the vlog was about. I do have a lot of content that I haven't posted because I have been vlogging here and there, but y'all, life's just been lifing. And when I say lifing, I mean lifing. So, are you ready to get into it? I know I am. Let's discuss.
Just hanging out with Logan.
So guys, I have missed you so much. I just can't even put it into words. There's so much I need to tell you, so much I need to catch you up on. But I know I'm not going to be able to do it all in this one vlog. As you saw in the beginning, I am traveling and I am currently in Park City, Utah. And it's been great so far. I've been here for 2 days now. 2 days. It's my third day, going on the third day. And excuse me. It has been great. I am staying at the Stein Resort. Oh, let me get this right. Stein Erikson Lodge in Deer Valley, which is a part of Park City, Utah. I hope that's coming across correctly. It might not, but anyway, that's where I'm at. I'll be here until Friday, and I just thought it'd be a perfect opportunity for me to jump back into this. Like I said earlier, I've got a lot of vlogs that I have done. I just haven't had them go live, and a lot of them are from 2022, the end of 2022. So I'm not sure if you guys still want to see them or not. Let me know below. I'll be happy to post them. The one that I've actually had loaded on YouTube and ready to post since October, because I think I went to Houston last in September. I haven't, excuse me, I never made it live. And so now I'm like, geez, this is so old. Do I want to make it live? So y'all let me know below if you want me to make it live. So Anywho, where have I been? Y'all, 2022 was a year for me. A lot of things happened in 2022. Some of it I shared with you, some of it I did not. And then it's kind of carried over into 23. It's not been, there's some good stuff in there too that I want to share with you guys. But the thing that kept me from being consistent in hanging out with y'all,
and sometimes you gotta be able to handle this attention because it's on another.
What happened to the YouTube? What happened to our YouTube? Why we don't do YouTube no more?
Willie,
Why are you wasting my
I'm recording our conversation
For what?
just in case.
In case what?
If he has a girlfriend, a wife, or whatever.
All right, you asking me all these questions. Can you answer my question?
So they're in the DMs.
Why we don't do YouTube no more?
Because my mount fell in the
If that's
car.
what he wants to do, it's your loss.
So you need a new mount?
Because I
How
don't
much
play
is
those
it?
games. I'm not worried about a bitch
Send
that
it to
with
me.
a DM,
We'll get
and
that
it's
right
LM,
now.
it's LM and anything
Y'all heard it
else.
here.
Because Willie knows
Y'all heard it here
what
first,
happened.
folks.
Just
She
like you know, I don't care what issues with
She hasn't been making y'all
what's going
content because her
on.
mount fell in her car.
The lies. There you go. This bitch.
The
I'm
lies.
telling you.
As you know, if you've been with me for a while, you know that my first and only grandchild was stillborn in January of 2022. And that kind of set the tone for the rest of the year. I ended up getting really sick. I was in the hospital. I thought I was actually getting ready to check out of here. In the midst of trying to get my health back on track, I had to prepare for my annual Women's Empowerment Brunch. You know, a lot of it was done from my sick bed, but I had a contractual agreement on a lot of those things that I had to follow through. We had the brunch. It went awesome. Everything was good. You know, I was just starting to that was in April of 2022, and I was starting to kind of come back to myself a little bit. I was depressed. I'll be the first one to say that. Mental health is so important. The first step is acknowledging it. And I was depressed. I mean, I was really heartbroken about my grandson. And so, went through that, did the activity, the Women's Empowerment Weekend, which I partner with my church to do. So we did that. I was doing okay. And then my aunt that lived in Kansas, she was sick and in and out of the hospital. And so my doctor finally cleared me to travel. And I went up, I can't even remember exactly. I think I went to visit to check on her for about a week or so. And then I came back home, and then she went back in the hospital, and it got to a point to where she couldn't stay by herself. So I went back to Kansas the weekend before the 4th of July. And I can't even remember. Some of this I know I vlogged, and some of it I may not have. But I went back to Kansas. While I was there, she ended up going back into the hospital. I picked her up from the rehab hospital, and maybe a week later, she went back to the hospital. She was in the hospital for maybe another week, and then I brought her back to Arkansas with me. When I got her back to Arkansas, she was here for maybe a week, and then she ended up going back in the hospital again. I mean, she was just really, really sick. And so got her better, got her back home, and knew that she wasn't going to ever be able to move back to Kansas. So in August, I went back to Kansas to pack up her townhouse and moved her stuff here to storage. So that it was a lot of hands on deck. I had friends and family helping with that. Some that lived in Kansas, some that lived in Arkansas, but it took me about a week and a half to get her townhome packed up, and that was with help, and even then just didn't get everything done until the day the moving company got there. And the moving company came to help me load the truck, because it was going to be just too much money to pay the moving company to move, because she wanted to keep all of her things. So anyway, did that, got her stuff down there, got it into storage, and was just getting myself settled in. And then my uncle was killed. He died unexpectedly. He was killed. And anybody that knows me knows how super close my family and I are. And all of my uncles are like my second dads. And it was just devastating. It about took me out. Like watching my dad mourn his brother, you know, they're all super close, but this particular uncle and my dad were super, super close. Like they traveled together, they were in the military together, they lived in the same, you know, it was, they were just super close. And I never seen my dad cry or break down like that. And it really messed with me. And so trying to be the strong person for my dad and my sisters and just for my family, because it was just hard. Like our whole family is just devastated because, as you guys know, those of you that have been with me for a while, my family is super close, and we do a lot of family gatherings, you know, together, and we have a large family. And so that happened, and it was a lot. It was a lot. I still kept trying to push through it, and taking care of my aunt, trying, you know, transitioning into being a full-time caregiver. My aunt can still like feed herself, dress herself, bathe herself and all of that, but she needs, you know, her meals prepared. Need her medications prepared, and she's on a lot of medications. She needs, you know, for her doctor's appointments, somebody has to take her. So it's been a lot. It's been a lot. So, you know, dealing with all of that, and then at my job, it was, you know, it was just super, super busy. So I'm doing all of this and still working full time. Keep that in mind. And so, come early part of December, because my uncle passed away in August, I took a sabbatical, went to Houston in September to just try to clear my head. And it was good for the couple of days I was able to do it, but it didn't really, I still was super depressed. I was a functioning depressed person. And if they're, you know, I was the poster child of that, because most people were looking at me and thinking that I was fine. I mean, I lost weight. I mean, I went through a whole lot, you guys. It was a lot. So December comes, my aunt gets really, really sick again. She goes back in the hospital, and she almost dies on Christmas Day. Like, we had been in the hospital. She was in the hospital the week before Christmas, and she just kept declining while she was there. And then Christmas Day, Christmas Eve, they moved her to ICU, and then Christmas Days when she almost died. And I was at the hospital every day, all day, working from the hospital, still working full time, doing my job, but at the hospital, having to be there to talk to the nurses and the doctors, because she was in multi-organ failure, and it was just a lot going on. So I had to be there to know what was going on, what the next treatment was, to give, you know, consent. It was a lot. So Christmas Day, she almost passed away. She survived that, but then once they got her back stable, she had to learn how to do everything again, because she literally had just been in a vegetative state, you know, for weeks. And so she had to go through rehab and a whole bunch of other medical procedures and things I won't go into, but I was dealing with that. And so then now, guess what, guys? It's January, and it's the year anniversary of my grandson's birth. And it's like I never really got a chance to fully deal with, you know, going from planning his gender reveal to literally 2 days later moving to his memorial service. It was a lot. So here I am. I'm now at a year to celebrate. You know, we celebrated his birthday in our own special way. And I was kind of like, you know what? I got to turn a corner here. I can't keep functioning like this. And so I kind of made up in my mind, you know, I just got to get out of this rut. So, I just became intentional. I made sure that each day, you know, this is the day the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. And my pastor just had a bunch of positive messages that were helpful. And one Sunday, I remember my friend, she gave the message at my church, and she had been through a lot too last year with family illnesses and sicknesses and death and things like that. And she preached a message, and I won't forget it, or she said, I choose joy. no matter what. And then God brought back to my mind the scripture, in all things give thanks. Not for all things. I think a lot of people get that confused. The scripture doesn't say for all things give thanks. It says in all things give thanks, because God knew we weren't going to always just have, beds of roses. We have Adam and Eve to thank for that. And I'll get into that later, that little segment that I'll be having coming up. But so I was just like, I got to be joyful. The joy of the Lord is my strength. Like scripture's word, the word just kept coming to me, and I just started living, trying to live it every day. And so my birthday came in February, and I celebrated my birthday because, in 2022, I didn't celebrate my birthday. I didn't even acknowledge my birthday because my grandson passed away January 26th, and my birthday is February 16th. And so I wasn't even thinking about my birthday. I didn't even answer my phone. I didn't post anything. I didn't talk to any. I just wasn't in a good space. So February 23, celebrated my birthday. And, I'm getting my footing back. I'm a little tired. I'm still a little depressed because, I got to figure out my new normal, and so that was, a challenge. And then, in between that time, so I think it was either January or February. So you guys, last time we talked, I had a boyfriend. And so I think it started in the end of 2022 with everything that was going on with my aunt. We just weren't talking as much as we had been. Definitely weren't seeing each other as much as we had been. And probably, I'll say it's 50-50 because, again, I was going through a lot and I didn't have a lot of time. And he wasn't pushing the issue either. So I would say probably in January. I can't remember exactly when, but we ended up breaking up. I can't remember if it was in December or January, but we broke up. I think it was in December. I might even been November, and we didn't talk. It might even been October, child. I can't remember because a lot has happened since then. But we broke up in 2022, end of 2022. I think it was because in January he reached out to me. I think he kind of remembered that it was, my grandson's birthday, and he reached out, and so we talked a little bit. He even celebrated my birthday, treated me to a really nice dinner, and it was just a great day. It was a great evening. He made that day special for me, and I guess it was because he knew everything that had happened the year before. But neither one of us still felt like we wanted to be back in back dating or, in a relationship together, just because, months had passed, and I kind of had got to a point to where I wasn't really in a position to put energy into a relationship, if that makes sense. And I think he was kind of over it too. So we said, no, we weren't going to get back together, but we did talk periodically, and we did see each other periodically, not like on a date level, but more of a, hey, can you look at this for me? Or can you go pick this up? It was strictly a friendship. So March comes, I'm going through, I think I told you guys about this last year, that I was going through a whole new rebranding. Well, of course that got put on hold. So I started the rebranding process back up in March. He came and helped me get some stuff set up. I had a photo shoot and some other stuff. And that was the last time we saw each other, if I remember correctly. I think that's the last time I've seen him. Now, we've talked periodically because he had some stuff happen to him, and I, checked on him and vice versa. But I'm kind of glad that we were able to end on a friendship level. That's kind of how I like to do things when I break off or a relationship I'm in ends. I like for it to end on a positive level, to where it's not nasty. Nobody's, putting the other person down, that we can be adults. So I still consider him a really, really good friend. He is a really, really good guy. It just wasn't in the cards for us and the timing of everything. So I'm single, and satisfied and happy and okay with it. Cause my life is, just as it was getting back on a good foot. So moving to April, had my women's empowerment, and I was so excited because I finally was able to get Dr. Dorinda Clark Cole to be the keynote speaker. You guys, anybody that's been with me for a while know that I love her, and she was always on my dream big list of keynote speakers to have for my events. She came. Guys, I literally could not fully embrace the moment, the days, the weekend. I could not, because something devastating happened like a day, 2 or 3 days before it was time for the event. And I can't talk about it right now, but I promise you, as soon as I am able to talk about it, I'm going to tell you about it. I'm going to do a story time. But something devastated rocked me and my family, and it sent me right back to where I was January 2022. It just sent me all the way back and set me that far back. And so I think I might have vlogged a little bit in 2023, which I'll probably post some of that after all of this. It'll be out of sequence. You guys will know. I'll make sure you know that. But I went mentally, I was just going through the days. I was just a depressed functioning person. And so now we're here in June, and I just said, hey, I knew I was going to be out of town here in Utah during this time. And I was like, I'm just going to pick that time to where I'm alone. I won't have any interruptions, and I can just talk to my people and let them know what's going on with me. I really appreciate you. A lot of you have reached out to me in my inboxes on social media, checking on me, asking me, am I okay? Is everything good? Where are you at? I appreciate you. Just don't know how much that made my heart smile, and it encouraged me that you guys missed me as much as I missed you all. So yeah, I thought I'm going to get on here. I'm going to give them a life update and give you a room tour. Like I said, I've been here for a couple of days, and I've kind of toured the room up a little bit. But housekeeping has came. The video that you're going to see after this one is a cooking class that I did. I just got back from that, so you'll notice that with the clothes I have on. But housekeeping came while I was gone. You guys know I normally don't let housekeeping come in my room. Once I check in, I'm in my room and don't nobody else come in. But I made an exception because this is just a really, really nice resort, and they've got turn down service, and my room is just awesome. So before I give you the room tour, and I'm gonna do the room tour on a separate video, because this one's pretty long already. It's not long compared to what you guys are used to getting from me, but anywho, yeah, that's what's been going on with me. I am, other than the devastating thing that happened in April, I'm okay. I will say that. My aunt is still living with me. God is so good. He brought her back. She hasn't had to go back in the hospital. Well, when she got out the first time, she did have to go back a couple of days later, but she hasn't been back since. She's been doing really good. So I'm thankful for that. My kids are doing really good. My daughter, please continue to pray for my daughter, because, she lost her baby. It was my grandson, but it was her son. And I know how bad I'm hurting and how much it's affected me. I just can't even begin to imagine what it's doing to her. And so, yeah, I'm thinking about doing a Q&A. So if you guys have some particular questions you want to ask me, just leave them in the box, leave me a question below in the comments, or you can leave me a comment on my Instagram page, which is Ms. L.A. Logan, MZ L.A. Logan. And I'll do a video where I'm answering those questions. Nothing's off limits. I try to be as much of an open book with you all as I can, as long as it's keeping me safe. Like I said, I'm going to be here for a few more days, and I will do some more videos. But so far, since I've been here, well, I'll do that when I do the room tour. I'll tell you what else I've done since I've been here. And I forgot to take y'all with me a couple times. But hey, I'm trying to get back into the swing of things. I've got a lot of awesome stuff coming up, you guys. I'll talk about that when I do the room tour video, or when I'll talk about that. I'm going to catch you up to speed, because like I said, there are some positive things that are happening, and some things that, you know, from the rebranding, the things that I'm getting ready to do. So I'm excited. I've missed you guys so much. And if I look a little swollen, it's because I'm up in the mountains, and the altitude has me really puffy. Like, I took a picture down at when we were at the restaurant where we did the cooking class, and I looked at the picture and I was like, gosh, my face is so puffy. But it's the altitude, excuse me, of being up. I think they told me that we're 8,300 up in the air feet. I think that's what they told me. I could be wrong about that, but anyway, guys, I've been talking, rambling for 23 minutes now, and yeah, thank you for rocking with me. Know that I appreciate you, and you all are keeping me going, along with prayer, along with my spiritual family, my natural family. You're keeping me going. I'm excited about getting back to vlogging, along with some other things that are going to be coming up. And I'm glad that y'all are sticking it out with me. And I'm asking you to please like the video. We got to get back into the good graces of YouTube. So please like the video. Please share the video. Please leave me a comment below. All of that stuff helps. And it also helps with YouTube's algorithms. And it allows our channel a chance to get in front of other YouTube watchers who enjoy similar content. Because I want us to get to 500 subscribers this year. And I don't think it's hard. We got 6 months left. And I know with us both working hard to do that, it won't take long at all for us to get there. And I'm going to do my best to pump out content and be consistent. And also leave me a comment below or on my DMs and on Instagram on the type of content that you want to see. Because I'm trying to figure out what our niche is going to be. I mean, I see some people, they're like beauty, makeup, you know, lifestyle. I just don't see myself as any of that. I'm more of a interviewer type person. Like, I'm more like podcast material is more me. But you all love my vlogs. You love to see what I do each day and what I do. So I need to figure out what I need to call what we doing. Because when I see other people, you know, they have, what do I see? Makeup, lifestyle. I can't even remember what it was. But anyway, you guys know what I'm trying to say. I need to figure out what that is, because we're going to be getting a new, my mind is not working now. I think it's because I'm kind of tired. But an opening and closing of our videos, we're going to get something new for that. And so I want to be able to put on there, you know, what our thing is. So give me some feedback and let me know what you guys think that should be. So anyway, with that, before I get out of here, I do want to leave you with this. And this is for me too. Remember, the plans for your life have already been designed. It's just up to you to trust the planner. Have a good one, everybody.
Just hanging out with Logan.